Hello and welcome to my GAC tutorial part 3. It's been a while since I did the last parts, and I was messing around with the adventure as I got it, and I was just taking forever messing around with the graphics, and I thought, right, now I'm going to start again because that's the easiest way, just to show you different things. And in the comments someone mentioned, I can't remember the name now, oh craps, I should have looked it up before I did this. They mentioned they wanted to know how to make it pause before you did something, and I hadn't really ever done something like that in GAC, but I'll just press enter to start the adventure, and you can see I've just done a little crappy graphic, and press key to continue. Now if you wait, it'll continue eventually, because you can only make it wait for so long. You can give it a massive so it'll wait like forever, but as you can see, it's started, it's loaded up. I've no idea how to make it completely just pause until you press a key. I'm not even certain if it's possible, but you could give it a massive wait time and it'd be pretty much the same as, you know, waiting for you to press a key. So that's that done. I'll show you how I did it, but we're basically in our prison cell. There's not a lot to be done, but basically the first thing I've put in is, if you examine the vent, it'll give you a message, tell you you've looked at it, tell you it's loose, you remove it, and then it draws a different graphic up. Now that's normally not possible in GAC. I've just done it with a little simple thing I used to do. Basically you do that and it moves you to another room with a different graphic. Oh hey, it's not the most efficient way of doing it, it's the only way of doing it in GAC. If you want graphics to change when you've done something, you have to move it to a different room with a different picture. To my knowledge, there's no other way of doing it, but again I'll show you how I did that. So what else we've got? There's not a lot more in how I've done. If I put time, you can look at how long you've served. 2 minutes so far. If you look again, I should shut that off, it's a pain in the ass. If you look again, it'll be 3 minutes, and so on and so on. If you type wait, it'll wait, and then if you look at time, it's all of a sudden 8 minutes. So it waits a bit longer. So we'll look at the bed. This is just standard stuff. I showed you how to do this before, it's easy. Oh, yep, you can see a prison cell. Did it look? Oh, look. Here's me. Examine. Oh dear, bed, not vent, bed. Of course it's not going to have time because it's going to... Let's have a look at the time. Ba-bum. Yay, we've served 11 minutes, lockdown over. Into the mess hall. That's automatic. As soon as it reaches over 10 minutes, it sends you to the mess hall. And there we go. And that's pretty much it. You can eat the porridge. And that's it. Of course, I've got to put a graphic for that as well, and move to another room, but it starts getting complicated if you try and do it too much. You can only do it for set pieces, really, that. And there we go, I've eaten the porridge. Escape. Let's press D for diagnostics, and you can see I've got an extra marker set here to normal. Number 4. That's the one I've used for the time, I believe. Oh no, of course, that's the marker. That's the one I've used to see whether you've actually found the vent or not. And then the counter 2 is the time, which is there at 14, and you can see all the rest are 0. Let's get out of it. You have to go back into the game and then out again. Hey, yes, I'm breaking. Come on, press key. Right, so quickly, in the high priority conditions, we've got to line 1. Right, you can see it's saying if I'm at 250, hold 600 and go to 1. That basically saying if I'm at room 250, hold for 600 and then go to 1, which is room 1 the start. If you press a key, the hold gets, you know, overridden. So basically that is the key for just making you wait. it's the easiest way to do it. So there we go, that's in high priority conditions. Go to line number 2, and you can see I've got here the counter being used, counter 2. So if counter 2 is greater than 10 and res 4, which is the counter, that's checking if 4 has been reset, which it hasn't been. Then if that's the case, it then sets that marker, gives you a message, puts a line feed up so that it moves on to the next, so it goes on to the next line. Waits for a bit, gives you time to read what's happening, and then it goes to room 3. So that's basically the time part. You've got up to the count of 10 moves basically. I didn't use the turn. I tried to use the turn command rather than making a counter, but it didn't seem to work, so I gave it neck and I just went to a counter. It probably would work with turn as well, in all honesty. So yeah, line 3. Should go straight to line 3, I hope. Yeah, that's just every turn it's increasing counter 2, and that's it. That's all it does. Every turn increases counter 2. That's how it increases your count. Simple as that. And that's it in high priority. I've done nothing else. We go to low priority. Oh cripes, now it's line number 10, I believe. Right, so there we go. If verb 17 and incur 2 incur 2 incur 2, you see, so basically if you type in verb 17, which is wait, it increases marker 2, it increases marker 2 again, increases marker 2. There's no way, to my knowledge, to increase it by a set amount. So you have to do it this strange way of just repeating the command 3 times, or as many times as you want to make it actually do it. There possibly is a way, but again, it's not something I ever used in the day. I always used to do it like this. I didn't do much turn-based stuff. I didn't really use the counter that often anyway. But that's all that does. That's simple as that. We'll go to line 11. That one is the time command. So verb 18, which is time, it gives you the message, the start of the message, then it prints the counter, then it gives you the end of the message. So you can say it served however long, and that's simple as that. Easy peasy stuff. And we've got a final line, line 12. That is for just eating the porridge in the mess room. So if you say eat and name 2, which is porridge, and the porridge is here, then it gives you the message that you've eaten the porridge. It takes 2 to 0, or sends 2 to 0, which is basically deleting the object or getting rid of it for now, and that's all it does. Wait end. That's all, the end of everything really in GAC. So that's the low priority conditions, and there's just one local condition I've got in here, which is line 1, obviously. Verb 9, look wait end. Yeah, that's not it. Haha. I don't think to. Have we gone to the wrong ones? Hold on, escape. Right, we want conditions local. Ah, right, of course. Room number 2, or is it 3 for that room? Oh cripes. No, it's room 1. Room 1. Line 1. Right, there we go, that's better. So if you put examine, which is verb 16, that's examine, noun 1, which is cover and the vent cover, gives you a message with message 100. It waits for a while so you can read it, puts a line feed in, and goes to 2, which is room 2. That's again pretty simple. It takes you straight away to room 2 as soon as you examine it, and that's the cover. And I think I've explained that more than once, so I'm getting myself confused here. Right, get out. I think that's pretty much it. I can't think of much else I've missed, but I'm going to watch the video back and double check and see if there's anything I've missed to get this working. So you can see when I print it, that's the start, that's the command where it just waited for so long before it goes on. You press a key and it'll go ahead and just go to the room, and then you're in the cell and you can see the vents there all covered up with the bars across it. and you examine the vent, and there you go. The vent's gone. Now, how have I done this? I've done this with a merge graphics command. So if I go to graphics, this is going to be difficult for me to, but I'll go to room 255 for now. That's probably going to be the prison bars. Let's guess. Oh, no, it's not. It's just that. Right, okay, yep, I'll get it. 250, 54. There you go. You can see it's pretty basic, but I've done that so I can merge different graphics together. That is all that is. 255 will be slightly more advanced than that. So if we go to 250, or 253 I should say, 253, you see I've added a bed, and so on and so on. So I could have that first room just with the door, I could colour it in, make that a room, and then I could just have another room with the door and the bed, and then 252. It's running slow again. You can see the vents in, and that's just how I did that bit. And then 250. Christ, it's running slow. 251, and that'll be with the vent open. And the only difference between 251 and 252 is I've changed the vent, but I've merged the other parts in so I can get them the same. It doesn't use up as much memory that way, and you can do some good stuff. I wanted to do something better, but it takes so much time. You know, I wanted to do just something simply to show off how you can use different graphics to simulate the same room, although you're not in the same room. But this does it, and I thought, oh no, I'm not going to do it again, because you know, I'm taking hours and hours messing around with these tutorials, and then I'm doing a 5-10 minute video at the end of it, perhaps half an hour. You know, it just isn't worth all the effort that goes into doing it. But I probably will do something else for another tutorial. I've got to think of some really awkward things to do next. These are all fairly simple. Yeah, so let's get out of that. So you can see I've just merged them. So if I go to picture number 2, you'll see there it is. That's with the vent. I've coloured it in, and I just merged a couple of the other pictures into picture number 2 to get that graphic, and it used up a lot less memory that way. You know, you could use the technique for, you know, just a normal room. You don't have to use it for, if you've used something it changes the graphics of the room. You can use it for, say, a forest. Say you was in a forest and you draw several trees in different positions that you can merge together cleverly. You've got to be designing it a bit well, especially with the spectrum, and you can just merge different screens together and make what looks like, say, 10 or 12 completely sort of different screens out of, say, 4, 5. You know, you merge them together, add a bit in, and it saves memory. It's a good way of messing around with GAC. But yeah, I think that's it for now. Like I said, I'll double check it, and before I upload it I'll check that I haven't missed anything obvious. If I have, there'll be an addendum. If not, that'll be it. So until next time, I'll catch you later.